Ian Anderson-Gray here for episode 88 of the Confident Live Marketing Show. In today's show, I'm going to be sharing 5 reasons why you've not launched your live show and what to do about it. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you not actually started broadcasting a live show yet? Whether maybe you've started broadcasting or dabbling with live video, but you haven't actually committed to it. And there might be a number of reasons for that. I'm going to be covering those in today's show and also what you can actually do to get on with launching your show. So if you're watching the replay, it's great to have you here. Just put hashtag replay in the comments. And I'd love to hear from you if you're watching live or the replay. Where in the world are you watching from? Don't be shy. I can see quite a few people watching live. So just put it in the comments and let me know where in the world you're watching from and whether you have actually clicked the go live button yet. Today's show, as always, if you want to be notified for future episodes of this, all you need to do is go to confident.live/subscribe. That's confident.live/subscribe. And if you are in the UK, you can text the word confident. That's the word confident to 07723 361 790. And I'd love to know, actually, if any of you are in the UK and you'd like to test that out. That's a new Facebook Messenger bot service that I'm playing around with. That would be great. So just text the word confident to 07723 361 790. We've got some fabulous people watching. We've got Melanie Boylan watching on Facebook. We've got James Tucker on LinkedIn watching from the beautiful, I'm trying not to be too jealous, Tenerife. How are things in Tenerife, James? I hope you're doing well. It's a gorgeous place. I went to Tenerife a long time ago. I can't even remember when, but it's just a beautiful place. So I hope you're having fun there. And Charles Ward watching from, I'm not sure where that Omsey something, is that Cheshire, or let me know where that is. Nothing too exciting. Hope you're doing well. Oh, there we go. He says Romsey, Hampshire. Great to see you there. And Melanie's going, ooh, chatbots. Yes, finally, I have been fiddling around or playing around with chatbots. So a little bit more about that in a bit. So I can see some extra comments coming through, which is great. So do keep those comments coming. That'd be fab. And as I said, just keep the comments coming if you've got any questions. That'd be awesome. Right. Well, I think it is time to get on with the main part of the show. So I will see you just after this.
This is the Confident Live Marketing Podcast. Confident Live Marketing Podcast with Ian Anderson-Gray, helping entrepreneurs level up their impact, authority and profits through the power of live video. Gain confidence in front of the camera, confidence with technology, and confidence with the content and marketing.
Together, we can go live!
Hello, it's Ian Anderson-Gray. This is episode 88 of the Confident Live Marketing Show or podcast, depending on what you're doing with it. If you're watching live, it's great to have you here. If you're listening to the podcast in the future, amazed and very excited that you're doing that. Well, my question to you today is, have you launched your Facebook Live show yet? Maybe you have been meaning to launch it, but you just haven't. Maybe you've got lots of good reasons and excuses, or maybe kind of. Well, in this show, I'm going to be showing five barriers, really, the top barriers that people have when it comes to launching their live show with success. And I'm going to be showing you how to get over those things. And this is still the case if you have launched your live show and you're wanting to level things up quite a bit. And good news, I'm really excited to give you a bit of a sneak peek because I'm going to be launching in November a 2-week live video course on how to actually launch your live show. This is called Launch Your Live. The show notes for this episode can be found at iag.me/88. And as I said before, but this is really for you beautiful podcast listeners, if you want to subscribe to the live show, if you want to find out when I'm next going to be going live, then just click on or type this into your browser, confident.live/subscribe, and you will be notified next time I go live. And if you're in the UK, just text the word confident to 07723 361 790. Wow, I've got some wonderful people watching live. I will get back to you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. But as ever, I want to introduce my sponsor for today. We've got one sponsor today, and that is the beautiful people at Content 10x. And Content 10x are awesome. They are the complete content repurposing service. They are the kings of content repurposing. And they will take that one piece of content, and it's particularly good if you go live, if you want to create that live show. And I'm going to be talking about this in today's show. This is one of the big advantages with live show. You can turn your live show into a content repurposing powerhouse. They can take this and turn it into a blog post, a podcast, a video, explode it into a plethora of new platform-specific on-brand content. And if they don't do it for you, then they can teach you how to do that. So I wholly recommend checking out their blog, their book, podcast. All you need to do, and also they've got a toolkit. I keep forgetting about that. They've got a toolkit as well. They're really smart, responsive, creative, and effective. And if you want to take the stress out of content marketing, Content 10x are the people you want to go to. Also, check out their amazing LinkedIn 10x service if you're wanting to level things up on LinkedIn by creating one piece of content that then they can turn into lots of amazing LinkedIn content for you. Then check them out. Just go to content10x.com and click on the LinkedIn 10x button to find out more. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, let's look at the wonderful people who are watching me live. And if you're listening to the podcast in the future, do check out, just go to confident.live/subscribe, because if you want to get involved with the live show and ask questions, that's the best way to do it. So as I said before I started recording for the podcast, we've got Melanie Boyland is here watching on Facebook, James Tucker watching from Tenerife, and Charles Ward watching from Romsey, Hampshire, and Andy Foot watching on LinkedIn. Here's a sixth reason that why you haven't started your live show. You don't actually know, Andy, whether I've actually included this, but number 6, you have not been granted to LinkedIn Live. Andy, yeah, I really feel for you. It's so frustrating. And Melanie's watching from the moderately wet Westmeath Island. Looking out the window here in Manchester, it's more than moderately wet. And Martin Buckland, great to see you here, Martin, watching from the beautiful. My mind's completely blank. In Canada, what's the place called that you live in? Do you know what? That is not a good thing. We were going to go to it this year, and my brain is completely gone. Anyway, yes, thanks to you, Ian. I have a very successful Tuesday at 2 Facebook Live. Today's episode will be number 22. That is awesome. Well done, Martin. Getting on to 22 is amazing. So there we go. Thank you for that, Martin. Category Plus watching from Canada. Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. How are you doing? Really well. Great to see you. And James also says, lives in the north in Santa Cruz. Can't escape my northern English roots, which is great. And Haley watching from very sunny South Africa. So we've got some fabulous, Toronto. There we go. Melanie's, thank you. Do you know what? That's one of the things that can sometimes happen. One of the worries that people have when they go live, they press the go live button and their brain goes to mush. And do you know what? It still happens to me today. My brain goes to mush and I forget things like that. How can I forget Toronto? So keep those comments coming. I can see the outdoor station watching. Bob here. Great to see you, Bob, watching from soggy Malvern. And Melanie is also saying, love the live captions. So let's talk about that first before we get on with the main show. This is something that you can get on Facebook. When you broadcast to Facebook Live, you can, it's you're opted into this. So you don't need to switch this on. But basically, these are live captions. They use a computer to listen to what you're saying, and it will transcribe it. There's a little bit of a delay, but it's pretty good. It depends on your accent. But if you're watching on Facebook, I'd love to know what you think about the captions. Are they good? Now, this is available on YouTube to a select number of people. I'm not exactly sure how many subscribers you need to have for this, but it's certainly from the 10,000 plus. So it's definitely on Facebook to everyone, but on YouTube, it's only to certain people. And Facebook Live, the captions is really, really great. And I actually talk about that in my course that's going to be coming up, the Launch Your Live course, and a little bit more about that in today's broadcast. Wow. Well, just a few things before I get started. I wanted to say, if you haven't noticed, I've got new glasses. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I'd love to know from you guys, what do you think of my new glasses? They're a little bit far out there. My optician likes to push you out of your comfort zone. But do you know what? When you go live, when you're doing any kind of live show, it's really important to do something that is a little bit out of your comfort zone, that stands you out. And branding is so important. So yeah, these are new glasses. If you're listening to the podcast, you'll have to go and watch the video afterwards. So just go to iag.me/88. And I've got some other things going on in my background. I've got a nice little plant. It's an artificial tree, which is over there, which is looking very nice. And I've also got a hue light bulb, which I'm experimenting. So I'm going to be experimenting with lots of different colors in the back. I'm going to add another hue light bulb, and over the next few weeks, I'm going to be playing around with that. So let me know what you think. This is one of the things I'm going to be talking about in today's show, that you don't have to have everything perfect. I'm still today tweaking things and looking at how to improve my lives. But if I had tried to get things perfect right from the start, I would never have started. Wonderful. Right. Okay. Oh, we've got... now, I'm going to probably pronounce your name incorrectly. Halfidor, I hope I've pronounced your name right. Raining in Oslo, Norway. But you know what? Norway is such a beautiful place. I haven't been yet, but I really, really want to go. So I hope things are going well with you. Melanie says, sometimes you're a little fast and it's hilarious, but mostly good. So that's with the live captions. Yes. So maybe I'm speaking too quickly. Haley's asking, do you get captions if you use Ecamm to go live? So it doesn't matter which tool you use, actually, Haley. Yeah, and Facebook Live will give you the captions no matter what. So you could go live on your phone, you could go live using Ecamm or another tool, and it doesn't really matter. They will do that for you. Ecamm doesn't have inbuilt captions. In fact, very few tools do. I know Wirecast does, and that you have to pay. It's quite an expensive service, and they have a service that they will do that on the fly and send those captions over to Facebook. So yeah, there is that, but there we go. And Charles says, completely to character, Ian. I assume you mean my glasses. Thank you very much. Oh, my cousin Shonich is here. Dr. Sinead Shonich, even, if I can spell or pronounce your name. I hope you're doing, Shonich. Hope you're doing really well, Shonich. Nice glasses. And Melanie says, and the thingy in your ear, which is, yeah, earbuds, which keep falling out. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Let's get on with the main part of the show, which is we're going to be talking about why you've not gone live. And the first reason that people don't go live is because you don't think your setup is professional enough. So who watching live thinks that's been a big reason that they've not been going live, because they want to get a better camera. They want to get the background sorted. They want to sort out their lighting. They want to get overlays. They want to sort all this stuff out before they go live. And this is stopping you from pressing that go live button. My answer to that is, don't let the gear get in the way. It can often be an excuse. And I wonder whether this is the same for you. Maybe you're wanting to get all these things sorted because, in a sense, that's the easier thing to get sorted. The more difficult thing to get sorted is feeling more comfortable in front of the camera. Or maybe you're just scared of pressing that go live button. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a bit, but don't let the gear and the setup get in the way. Bootstrap your live video studio. Start off really small. Start off with your phone. Start off with your computer and a simple setup. You don't even need to have an external microphone or webcam. You can go live that way. Don't let that be an excuse. And as I've said on the show, I've been really honest about my struggles over the years. This has been a big struggle for me. I didn't want to go live to begin with because I thought I was comparing myself to other people out there and thinking, well, my setup isn't good enough. My background's boring. My lighting's not good. I don't have a good enough camera. But I have bootstrapped my studio over time. I have got I started off with just a simple webcam and microphone, and I've added things over the years. If I tried to get things perfect right from the start, I'd have never have started. And this is so important because do you know what? You have so much value to give. And I want you to really think about that, because if you think that you don't have value, then you've got a bigger problem. You've got to work at that mindset, or maybe you've got to work at your business. You've got a business problem, because if you have a business and if you are wanting to work with clients, then you must have value. You have a voice. And so you can start by giving that value with limited tech. This is how I started, and I built my studio over time. And I've made mistakes as well. I've made mistakes, but I've kept on going. So definitely do that. Yeah, Sean, I'm sorry. It's a tricky name for sure, but I know how to pronounce your name. I just, again, my brain's going to mush. So thank you for that. And it's great to see you here. So Jeanette watching on YouTube says, hand up waiting for the perfect tech equipment. Stop it now. Jeanette, stop it. Because it really gets in the way. And again, I've mentioned this before, that I didn't go live for a whole month because I wanted to get the tech sorted. I wanted to get a better camera. I wanted to get a better background. And you know what? That was just an excuse. I was comparing myself to others. I was stopping myself from going live. And I was being selfish. And I would say this to you, Jeanette. I mean, this is a bit of tough love, but you have a message to give to your audience, to your perfect clients. And while you are waiting to get the perfect tech, your audience, your perfect clients are out there waiting for you. So don't let them wait. And Martin agrees, eliminate those mental mind blockers and just go live. This is what you did. You had different issues, Martin. It wasn't really the tech for you, but you just did it, and there's been nothing stopping you. So really, really true. And James agrees. James Tucker from Tenerife is saying, very true. We do go live, but we always feel the quality isn't right, i.e. camera, lighting, microphone. And I hear you, James. You know, because I'm a perfectionist, and hands up, anyone who's listening or watching who's a perfectionist here, when is it ever going to be perfect? You know, I look at my setup at the moment, my lighting, I want to improve everything. Now, that's not a bad thing. But what I want you to do is to start broadcasting live. Obviously, there's lots of things you need to do beforehand, like planning and stuff like that. But don't let the tech get in the way. Over time, you can bootstrap your studio. And this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you how I've done it over the years. And if you want to go back to episode 1, look how unprofessional my first episode was. And you can do that by going to iag.me/1. Jeanette says, I go live every Tuesday and Thursday, but very little people. Tons of problems, no sound, echoing sound, upside down, sideways. So well done, Jeanette. You are going live. You are getting lots of problems, technical problems, but those problems can be solved. Those problems can be solved, but you're going live. And that is awesome. And I can help you with those things. We can talk about some of those issues that you're having. In a way, actually, when you first start off, a lot of people have the worry that they're not going to have that many people. But that can sometimes be an advantage, because at the beginning, you know, those are when the mistakes happen. So if you can solve the mistakes at the beginning when you don't have so many people watching, then that's a good thing. And James says, you're right. Just hit record. The record button. Equipment will come later, which is great. And Jeanette says, I even changed my laptop recently. So I don't think your laptop is the issue. It's obviously some other things that are going on here. So yeah, we just need to sort those out, Jeanette. So don't give up. Don't give up. And you will get there. I promise you. Charles Ward says, biggest problem with video in general. Must get better tech. I'm not sure what you mean there, Charles. Is what's going on with you? Let me know how I can help. And the fabulous Louise Brogan, big shout out to Louise, who was on the show recently. And we're actually on a panel, aren't we, Louise, today? Later on today at Podcast Movement. And Normally, we'd have to fly all over to the US for this, but we can be on the panel together, Louise, from the comfort of our homes. Even, well, probably not wearing pajamas, but we have to look a bit more professional than that. But congratulations, Louise. I have launched, but I need to be consistent. Like you, consistency is an issue for so many people, and it was for me, Louise. So just to encourage you, you just need to make the decision to be consistent. It's that easy in a way. You need to kind of say, I'm going to go live every single week at this time on this day, and then just do it. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. But Louise, that's great. Let us know where and when you go live, and tell us when your next live is. How about that for consistency? So Outdoor Station says the tech doesn't bother me. That's great. The background admin with all the huge social media promotion options, which is wearing me out. Emails, bots, Instagram. That's really interesting. So I would say to you, in a way, the tech is kind of bothering you in that you're worrying about the emails and the bots and Instagram. This is more promotional thing for you, I think. But yeah, that is worrying you. And is this stopping you from going live, or are you just looking for ways to just to make that easier on you? If so, I've got some help for you. You just need to create a process, and I can share some of those processes with you. So that's fabulous. Well done. Great. Well, if you want to find out more about the tech, I have an amazing tech guide or gear guide for you, which you can access for free. All you need to do is go to iag.me/gear guide. That's iag.me/gear guide. And I share all the tech that I use. It's specifically at the moment for Mac, but as in terms of, I recommend Ecamm Live and Restream. But if you're on a PC, there are loads of other tools out there that I recommend. There's Restream Studio, there's OBS Studio, there's Wirecast, and all the tech that I recommend in that guide is also for PC users. I will be doing a PC guide fairly soon. And of course, all of this I will be covering in my course. Now, I want to give a shout out to my course, which is the Launch Your Live course, which is happening in November. The landing page for that is out now. It's not quite finished yet. I need to add some more stuff to it, but you can go to iag.me/LYL. That's iag.me/LYL. In fact, why don't I just let's just put it on the screen. If this is really annoying, my computer likes to respell my website. So I'm putting IAG, and it tries to change it to Ian. No, it's not. It's iag.me/LYL. So there we go. Hopefully you can see that on the screen over there. So iag.me/LYL, and I cover all of that, all the best tech and how to set it all up in my 10-day course. Awesome. Right, there. The next reason that people don't start their live, and I wonder whether some of you resonate with this, is that maybe you think you don't have enough time. There's so many things that you need to think about. You need to think about the promotion. You might need to think about the tech. You might need to think about what on earth are you going to say. There's also the time that you need to go live as well. There's all this kind of stuff that you need to think about. And I would turn this back to the value that you're giving. It's all about the value of going live. So if you are watching and you find this is one of your big barriers, then let me know in the comments. I think with live, it's the one stone that you can put in place in your calendar that can increase your value so much more. Live video shows are also content repurposing machines, or content creation machines. I've talked about this a lot on this show, and this is one of the big reasons why I go live. I go live for lots of reasons. I go live because I want to, I love the community of people. I love talking to you guys, watching live and speaking with my podcast listeners. It's a great way to build community. It's also a great way to just get your name, your face out there. So it's really for brand awareness. But one of the most powerful things is it allows you to create that content quickly and easily, particularly if you are a perfectionist. Once you fix that mindset issue of trying to get everything perfect, once you press that go live button, you can't be perfect. It's just, you are live. I mean, how many times have I stumbled over my words and mispronounced people's names on the show today? But it's still a good show. I'm still delivering value to my community. And so the great thing about your lives is that you can then repurpose those into other types of content, whether that's blog posts, podcasts, which is what I do on the show. And that is such a powerful thing. So it actually saves you time. Once you create that live show, you can then turn it into lots of other content really quickly and easily. And it's allowed me to become more visible. I've been able to get more clients. I've been able to get more speaking engagements, sponsorship as well. And so I think once you realize what your live shows can do, whether it's in terms of creating content or being able to help with repurposing content, or whether it's to do with visibility and sales, I think you'll realize actually that is a bit of a poor excuse. So let me know what you think about that, and I can definitely help you with this. So if you can spend 10 days with me, now 10 days might sound like a lot, but actually you can go through the course in your own time, and at the end of it, you can then spend some time practicing and go live. And that's only 10 days and you can produce this live show. So again, go to iag.me/LYL and you can find out all about the course and how to sign up. You can sign up to the waiting list and you can be the first people to know when the doors are going to open, which is awesome. Great. Fabulous. Okay, Haley. So guess what? I just watched your live from the 16th of March, 2016. Oh my goodness, Haley. I'm surprised you're still watching me now. So I think this might have been the first ever live that I did when I was fiddling around with OBS Studio. I didn't really know what I was doing, but yeah, that was over 4 years ago. So Haley, let me know what you thought of that. And maybe you can tell me how I've improved. I don't know. Let's see that. Okay, so Melanie is saying, I'm less fussed about the video and visuals. It's what I say that's the issue. I don't want to sound unsure or to be boring. I rocked up a few times and had very low interest and barely anyone said anything. I'm going to come on to that in a bit, Melanie. This is a common problem. In fact, why don't we talk about a little bit of that now? And this is really the excuse that a lot of people use, which is you don't think you're confident enough on camera, or something's getting in the way of you in front of the camera. Now, I don't know whether this is quite your issue, Melanie, but you certainly don't want to, you said you don't want to sound unsure or be boring. And so this is to do with communication skills and confidence skills. I've talked about this a lot on the show. I've shared my Confident Live warm-up formula as well. But if this is your excuse, and Melanie, again, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I think you're undervaluing your skills. And I can say that because this has been an issue for me. You might think that I look really confident in front of the camera, but I still get nervous today. I've learned the skills on how to get over that fear. So this is one thing I want to say to you. You'll be surprised that a lot of the live streamers that you see out there, and I've invited them onto the show a lot. We've had some really big names on the show, and I've been really grateful that they've been honest, because most people have said that they still get nervous out there. These are professional live streamers who are producing content regularly. They're going live to a worldwide audience and they still get nervous. I still get nervous. But you know what? Over time, I've improved. And I would love to know, Haley, whether you think I have improved in terms of my communication skills, my confidence. I think I have, because the only way to get more confident is is actually practicing it. This is the only way. And we had Patrice McCauley on the show who basically said that it's not being more confident is not a skill that you can learn from a theoretical point of view. You can only learn through doing. So there are ways that you can use that fear that you might have, or that nervousness, and turn it into excitement and focus. But unless you get started, you won't improve. The fear can actually get bigger. So Melanie, for you, you just need to just keep going. Don't worry about that number that Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform you're going live to says. If you have 0 people watching, if you have 2 people watching, remember, those are people, real people watching you live. That is amazing. It's about that community, but it's also that number is not very helpful because it doesn't show you your replay viewers, the people in the future. So don't go live and focus purely on your live audience. Focus on the community from the future as well. So in my course, in my Launch Your Live course, I cover my Confident Live warm-up formula, which will really help you get more confident in front of the camera. It will help you with those communication skills. If you're worried about sounding boring, then those exercises will really, really help you. And of course, it's important to practice in a safe place as well. So think about a place where you can broadcast to where other people aren't going to judge you. Are you worried about people judging you? I've been like that before, but one of the things that we're going to do in my course, the first week, is I'm going to be drip feeding all the content on how you can learn how to produce and create and plan a live show. We're going to be talking about the Confident Live warm-up formula in that as well. But the second week is all about practicing. It's all about practicing live in the private Facebook group. This is a safe place where there's no judging. It's all about making mistakes, having a bit of fun, and going live. So don't worry about that, and you can through practicing in a safe place, you can get better. So again, the website for this, if you want to find out more, if you just joined me, I'm telling you about my Launch Your Live course, which is happening in November. You can sign up for the waiting list and to be notified when this is actually happening. Just go to iag.me/LYL. iag.me/LYL. Great. Okay, so Haley's got back to me. Oh, yes, of course. You do talk more freely. And I would guess now, if I met you face to face, sorry, if I can read this. So, and I would guess now, if I met you face to face, you would be as you are in your lives. So I think what you're saying there is the whole authenticity side of things. And that's really important. I call this heightened authenticity. And this is so important that, yes, you need to put more energy into it. You need to be confident, but you'd want to be yourself. I think we've probably all seen people on a live broadcast. They've got loads and loads of energy, but there's something not quite right. They're not really being themselves. And so it's really important to be authentic. So thank you, Haley. That's a massive compliment. I'm really glad you think that. Jeanette says, if you can't go to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, which is the best place to go live? That's a really good question. So this is all to do with multi-streaming. And I think, again, we can overcomplicate things. When I first went live, I certainly didn't multi-stream. I just went live to Facebook to begin with. And so what I would suggest, if you're just starting going live, it kind of depends on where your audience is. So where do you think your main audience is? I don't know whether Martin is still watching. His main audience is on LinkedIn. But because he can't go live on LinkedIn, because the LinkedIn gods have not yet blessed him with the access, he's going live on Facebook. Now, his main audience is not there, but he's going live there. He's practicing that consistency. So when he does get access on LinkedIn, he's going to be absolutely awesome, even though he's already awesome. But you know what I mean. And so I would say that with you, Jeanette, think about where your audience is. I would say it's kind of easier on Facebook because Facebook is unless you are very, very, you've got a very big community on LinkedIn. I would practice on Facebook first, and then you can. It's a lot easier to then add YouTube later. So I would start on Facebook and then go on to YouTube later. I think also you'll find it easier to get more people watching. YouTube is a bit more tricky unless you have a very engaged community on YouTube. So I hope that's helpful, but it's becoming a lot easier now to multi-stream to different networks. You can use tools like Restream Studio or Restream, the main part of Restream, It's not like it was a few years ago when you needed to have a mega powerful computer to do that. And Melanie says, okay, I need to get going. Keep going. You do need to keep going, Melanie. And I want you to stay, if you can, Melanie, just for another few minutes, because I think the next point is going to be really helpful for you as well. Martin says, yeah, sorry, Martin. You always make me cry when I hear this. I've applied to LinkedIn Live 3 times. Patience is a virtue. As I think I said to you last time, Martin, 4th time lucky. I know, I think it was, who was it? Louise was saying that she'd got lucky on the 4th time. So there we go. Okay, so as I said, if you want to find out more about my Launch Your Live course, go to iag.me/LYL. Right, what's the next big challenge? This is a massive one. You're worried about not getting any live viewers. Facebook, YouTube, they all give you this vanity number at the top, and it's really demoralizing sometimes. When you get a really low number, it might be 0. It might be 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know what you think the number is. You know, it's an interesting question, actually. Let me ask you this. What number would you like that to be when you go live? What would make you feel content? And what number do you find it, how do I say this? At what point does it get depressing for you or demoralizing? Is it 5 people, 3 people, or is it 0? So you're not going to like the answer to this question, but it's kind of, I've talked about this before. Don't focus on the live viewers, particularly at the start, because it can be demoralizing. Focus on your main goals for your live. And that at the beginning might well be what I said earlier, which is making your live into a content creation or repurposing machine. But most importantly, 2 things. Focus on your community. Don't treat your live viewers. I mean, I can see the number of people watching live here. Ecamm Live is great in the sense that although I'm actually broadcasting to Restream, and then Restream is broadcasting out to YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook and all these other channels, it does tell me how many people are watching live. But if I don't want to focus on that number, because I want to focus on the people who are actually watching, the actual people here. So don't focus on that number. Build the community. Now, you might find, and I think, Melanie, you said this earlier, that you're not getting many people actually involved with actually asking you questions or commenting. That will come over time. When I first went live, it was really hard to get people. And I think you need to actually get a bit of confidence in the people watching, but also you need to think about ways of actually improving that, which I can help you with. So building that community, but remember the people from the future, the replay viewers. So there are some wonderful people watching live at the moment. That is awesome. But there will also be people watching the replay later on. And in most cases, in 99% of the time, it's the people in the future that actually will, there'll be more people watching the replay than the live. So remember the replay viewers, build the community as well. But there are some techniques that you can put in place to help with the promotion side of things. So at the moment, are you actually letting people know you're going live? Are you promoting it? Are you scheduling your live broadcasts? Are you sending it out to your email list and on social media? Are you telling people when you're going to go live? And are you making the actual title exciting and interesting enough for people to watch? So that's important. But consistency is also really important. To begin with, you might not get that many people, but if you keep going live at the same time or find the best time to go live and you do that on a regular basis, you will get more people. So in my course, I'll be covering promotion side of things, the techniques. We're talking about how to focus on the replay viewers, but also the live viewers as well. So again, just a link to that. So you can sign up for the waiting list, iag.me/LYL. Have you done it yet? Have you signed up for the waiting list? Okay, so here we go. James Tucker says, I feel Martin Buckland's pain. 4th application submitted now. All the best, James. I hope that works well for you. Melanie says in terms of the numbers, but you're not going to look at the numbers again, are you, Melanie? 5 would be nice. 0 to 1 is a bit depressing. So my kind of advice to you, Melanie, and do you know what? I say this to myself too, because it's still easy to look at that number and get depressed. But don't look at the number. Know why you're doing it, why you're actually going to go live. Have the reason in there, and it's not the numbers. And think about the replay viewers, because it's the people watching in the future. That's so important. Martin says, don't worry about the number of live viewers. I generate more impact from the replays on Facebook. Thanks for that, Martin. Totally true. That's so important. The main thing is that you are turning up and you're going live. And that's just awesome that you're doing that. Don't worry about that because it will improve the number of live viewers. And I'm sure you would say this, Martin, that over your 22, was it, episodes that you've done, that you are starting to get more people watching live. But yeah. And Katie's here. Katie Simpson. Thank you so much, Katie, for helping me out was it last week when we were testing out the new interview feature in Ecamm Live? That was great to have you on the show. She says, great training as usual, Ian. Thank you, Katie. Really appreciate you leaving that comment. Awesome. Right, well, we've talked about that. Where are we now? So the next one is feeling overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed. Do you feel overwhelmed? So this is my final one. I could have come up with loads more excuses, but this is the final excuse. You feel overwhelmed and have been putting off going live or creating your live show for months. Be honest. Is this your problem? And I wouldn't blame you. I'm broadcasting this in 2020. Dare I say any more about 2020? I mean, it's been a really difficult year for so many people out there. And so I would totally understand if you have had a few other things on your plate and you've been putting this off for months and months. I totally get it. We can all feel overwhelmed. But you need a plan when it comes to your live show. First of all, why spend the time doing this in the first place? I've given you those advantages. It actually will save you time in creating that content. It will help you build a community. And we need a community even more than ever at the moment because so many of us are stuck at home. But actually, the pandemic, the lockdown has actually helped a lot of people get off their backsides and go live. But have you actually created a regular, consistent live show? If not, what you need is a plan. You need to create a live video plan. And in that document, you need to write down who is your audience? Who is this for? And what is your message? Why are you going live? And what are you actually going to communicate with your audience? I've talked about this a lot on the show before. My audience are entrepreneurs who want to level up their impact, authority, and profits using live video. I mean, that's my tagline, but it's all about entrepreneurs who want to get more known, who want to get their message out there. They also want to create content quickly and consistently as well. And so that's my message. My message is to help those entrepreneurs get over the barriers of the fear of getting in front of the camera, the gear and the tech, and also the content marketing sphere as well. So think about what you want to get out of your lives and think about what you want your audience and community to get out of your lives. But start simply. Don't overcomplicate things. You know, why are you overwhelmed in the first place? If you're like me, you tend to focus on all the little things out there or you get overwhelmed by this big project that's coming up or something like that. So I think what's going to really help here is planning. But the big thing that helps here is accountability. Accountability in a group of other people who are in a similar situation. And that can really get you over this. I've been in mastermind groups over the years. I wonder whether you've ever had that experience. But I wouldn't have got to where I am today and created 88 live shows if it wasn't for other people out there, my audience, but also people in mastermind groups and friends in this space. If it wasn't for that accountability, I wouldn't have done it. And so that is one of the most important things about this 10-day course that I'm wanting to do a big shout out about, which is the accountability. There's going to be a members group, and the whole of the second week, the 5 days of that second week, is all about practicing and asking questions. I'm going to be going live every single day in that first week, so you can ask questions, and there's going to be that those questions and answers, but there's also going to be that accountability as well, which is so important. So yeah, I wonder whether you agree with me, whether that is one of the most important things. In my experience, it absolutely is. Absolutely is. So definitely check out iag.me/LYL. That's Launch Your Live. And that will be coming out in November. And so I just wanted to just share actually the screen there. So this is not quite finished yet. I need to add some testimonials on there. So if you're watching and you fancy giving a testimonial to me, that would be lovely. But I've got a video there. This is going to cost $97, which is completely nuts. I will be raising the price in the future. This is going to, my aim with this is I'm going to be doing this hopefully 4 times per year. So this is only going to be for 2 weeks, and then the doors will be shut until next year. Haven't confirmed when this will be in next year, but that's the plan. The first week, it's going to be drip fed the course over the first 5 days. I'm going to be going live in the group where we can have some questions and answers, and actually I'll be putting into practice some of the things that you'll have learned. So you can click register. But yeah, the 5 days, if you want to find out a little bit more about the 5 days, on the first day, on the Monday, is a planning day. So this is talking about the basics and introduction to Facebook Live, about Facebook premieres and other live video platforms, but then specifically about how to plan your lives, working out your personal branding, your audience, your whys, your whats, and all that kind of stuff. Then on the Tuesday, we're going to focus a lot more on the tech and the gear, what you need to get started, but also try not to overcomplicate things. Just focusing on the things that you need to get started, but things that you can maybe think about for the future. We're talking about what you need, computers, whether you go live on your computer or your phone, and building your live video studio. Then we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the aspects of Facebook Live posts, the different show formats, knowing what to say, which is a big issue, I know, for a lot of people. And we're going to be talking about the replay and live audiences as well, and how to structure your shows to get more engagement. Wednesday is a day which I love. This is all about confidence and communication. And my background, I trained as a professional singer. If you've listened to the show before, you'll know that. And so I'm going to be putting into practice really all the stuff that I've learned over the years as a professional performer. So it's getting over that fear of going live, about how you relax your body, breath control, pitch interest, diction and energy, heightened authenticity. And that's about being yourself, but also communicating more effectively as well. On the Thursday, back to tech. And I'm going to be talking about Facebook Live Producer, a deep dive into Facebook Live Producer, which is such an important thing to know about. Then we're going to look into live video streaming tools. Why use a tool? We're going to look at different types of tools, and then a walkthrough of some of the really popular ones out there, so that you can actually get started using one of those tools in the group on the final week. And then on the Friday, it's all about developing your own process and launch strategy. So I'm going to be going through my 5 Ps strategy, which is the planning, the pre-promotion, production, post-promotion, and repurposing. So week 2 is all about putting that into practice. It's about practicing in the group. And so if you want to launch your live show in 10 days, that's what this is all about. So just go to iag.me/LYL. And I can't wait to help you with this. That would be awesome. Dave Brown is here, says good morning. He also says, love this idea. More people want to go live, but don't know how to get it done. Bravo. And thank you, Dave. I mean, this is really what it's all about. It's about getting rid of those barriers that I know are stopping so many people. That's my passion. That's why I go live 3 or 4 times a week. That's why I do this Confident Live Marketing podcast. It's why I'm launching this course as well, because I don't want to see you staying still. So I hope you can sign up for that. And if you want to know more information, you know where I am. Just you can leave some comments. That'd be awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been wonderful to share that with you today. This live show goes live every Tuesday and Thursday. The Thursday show is later. It's catering more for my US audience. The Tuesday is more for my UK, European, and Australian audience. If you are from North America and you've been watching today, it's awesome to see you. Well done for getting up so early. Also, I want to let you know about, if you want to find out about future episodes, you can get notified at confident.live/subscribe. And I want to let you know about the podcast. So if you're watching live or the replay, you may not know about the podcast. This is repurposed into a podcast and it comes out every Friday. All you need to do is go to iag.me/podcast. And I'd love you to do that and subscribe to that because it's one of my favorite things. I do a little song, a little theme song in every one of those episodes. So do check that out. That would be awesome. And Wayne says, I have been listening. Great show. Thank you, Wayne. Great to see you here, Wayne. I really appreciate you. And so just a few final things before I finish. Do check out Ecamm Live. You may have, if you're watching live, you may have enough time to get to actually subscribe before the prices go up, because at 9 a.m. Eastern today, which is not far off, they are launching the interview feature. Will actually go live. It's been in a beta launch so far, but the prices are going up on all the plans. So if you want, just telling you, if you're a Mac user, do check out Ecamm Live and try and get onto it quickly before the prices go up today. But even if you've missed out, the Ecamm Live is such a fabulous tool, and I use that with Restream, which is a great way to then multi-stream to all your different platforms. So that is awesome. I think that's it. Apart from the fact that I'm going live later today, it's the Restream show. This is the Go Live with Restream show. It's at 3 p.m. in the UK, which is 8 a.m. Pacific. So do check that out. We're talking about checklists today. So that's quite good. Creating your own checklists. Wonderful. Right. Well, that's it for today. So until next time, what am I going to say? I think you know what I'm going to say. I encourage you to level up your impact, authority, and profits through the power of Confident Live Video. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Confident Live Marketing Podcast with Ian Anderson Gray. Be sure to join the community at iag.me, where you can continue to level up your impact, authority, and profits through the power of live video. And until next time, toodaloo.